Hey guys, this is Eric Sauve, also known as the Power Diver. Today we're going to be looking at resolving an issue I found while using my YouTube custom connector. YouTube custom connector, which I described in a previous post on how to do it, because in the actual connector that exists from the flow, there's no way to get the list of current subscribers, public subscribers from your channel. So I wanted to get that. I created a custom connector, and I'll put the link below the video for this article. And I used that connector to build an app, which I also wrote an article, a little Canvas app that would have a gallery using that YouTube API, YouTube connector that I created, and use the subscription list to get the details of all those subscribers. And like I said here, the maximum number of rows that it's able to get is 50. And if we have more than 50 subscribers, we have to loop and call that subscription list with a page token and loop through to get all the different subscribers. So I tried to do this. How I did this, one thing is I also use a loop, which I wrote also an article on how I've generated that loop within a Canvas app, pretty much using slider control to tell me the number. This was just a way to lower down the number of max results I use in my page, and then loop through and build that collection. So the idea is I have currently in my app. So this is the initial app where I get the list of currently 22 public subscribers out of 55 on my YouTube channel. Get all the details, and yes, I've changed the code, so this text is kind of censored, so people keep their, if they don't want to be known, they don't get displayed there. Okay, so if I go in my demo page, here is the same list I have on the first page. So pretty much making the call to the API and just using that as the source. We go here, just a reminder. So in here, my items is the YouTube data, so the connector, making call to YouTube subscription list, calling it for the snippet, getting my subscribers, max results of 50, alphabetical, and get me the items. Okay, so that's what I have here. And here I played around on building a link directly to their channel, and based on the fact that if it's censored or not, I display the full name or not. But this allows me to simply go here, and here I have my personal channel that I can just link here, and it opens up that channel directly. Okay, so here I have a slider that allows me to define the max result, so between 1 and 50, and if I put it, let's say 15, let's do it to 15, okay, and I start my loop, so it's going to refresh the list. You see here the number of scrolls, and we get 35 instead of 22. Why is that? Well, you scroll down here, you'll see that in some situations, you see here, this guy here gets repeated, this guy also. So the first 2-3 rows gets repeated from one page to the other. That's why you get more data, because you see here, LR is here too, okay? Every time you scroll through the pages, first few rows are a repetition of the previous records on the previous page. That kind of sucks big time. So let's just see how that is done, just so you understand. Okay, so that's my toggle that walks through the loop. Again, referring back to how I process a loop within a Canvas app. So, first step, I get my collection I get my object, so the result data, out of the call, and I use this slider here for determining the max result. So just for demonstration purposes and be able to test, because I didn't have more than 50 subscribers when I initially started this. So first time I clear collect, insert this items within my list of subscribers, and if I'm in a secondary, so if str next loop, which is the indicator for the next page that I set later on, if it has data, so that means I already went through this loop, I have a page token, so I have another page. So that means I just add this reference, this filter. These are all the different filters of that call, that page reference. And I add that to my collection. That's it. And then when I'm done, stop, that's it. So that's how I get this repetition of loop. Okay? So, how to resolve this? I go down and I work with more collections. So if, just so you kind of see the collections, I have a list of subscribers. That's the one where you get the items. And then I have group test, which is, so when, just so you see, when I'm done, if str next loop is blank, so that means I'm at the end, the last page of this process, I'm gonna group by my list of subscribers, so the collection that I just built, I'm gonna group by and get the results in this new collection, group test. So if we go here, collection, group test, what you get one row, one ID, and then in there you get the results. Okay, so this one has one, but if we go back one, sorry, let's just go here, this one, no, okay, let's do it, I get it here, okay, just one. But the thing is, like, if I get more results, maybe an easy way to do it is I'll lower this to, let's just do this. Wow, we're together. Lower this to like 3. Okay, let's start. That's gonna go way high. Probably even more than 55 or something, but way high. Okay, 42. So if we go back in our collection, what I wanted to show you is this group test. So one ID, of course, not this one. Sorry about this. Okay, so in this case, what happens is I get 2 for the same. So if I go back here, I get the 2 rows for the same. So my collection is still too big. I get too many items in there, too much details. So how do I work this out? Second step, go back here. So I did my group by, and then after that I loop through that collection and work on a new one where I only take the first within the results of the title, the channel, and the URL. And voila, that is done. That's all, and that's the new collection, the CLT for all test. That's the new collection that I use as a source for this one. So in any combination, I'll know that later on when my channel gets even more popular and I get more subscribers than what I have here, the 22, I'll be sure that my list is clean and only has single values in there. So why don't you take the time to go out and subscribe? Thanks, guys.